Little Rock woman finds herself behind bars after the shooting death of her 6-year-old nephew.
38 years of Riverfest.
Man, I've been to every one. You know.
I've missed 37.
Let's do your duck call again. You did a good job. Maybe not enough to be a world champ, but hey, I like it.
What a fun opportunity to take advantage of. These guys loving it, right? You guys loving it so far?
Yes!
I didn't hear you guys. What?
Yes!
Okay, shh, we're in the library. All right, we'll keep it down. We'll keep it down. The state board took over the Little Rock School District a few months ago because of academic distress. We're going to have all the information on our website, thv11.com. Lori and I are going to go shopping now before the crowds hit, okay? That's when they realized a large number of tires had caught fire, and quickly that fire grew out of control. First things first, we got to measure it and make sure it's 98 feet. Look at this. This is the official measuring tape. We got to find out. Apparently it's always 98 feet no matter what this thing says. 90% of all wines sold in Arkansas are imported from California. So if the bill were to pass, that would mean a wine lover selection at the checkout line would be extremely limited. My photographer Matt Bryant and I were standing right here for our noon live shot. Minutes later, Hill was arrested in this parking lot behind me, just feet from where we're standing. For days, protesters and supporters of House Bill 1228 have lined the steps of the Capitol, making sure their voices are heard. Ashley even makes and jams her own jelly. How cool is that? And remember the rabbit? Well, they don't just use it for food. They actually use the manure for fertilizer.
It came down, just one big crash. I didn't know if something had hit us or what, but it just came down.
Life can change in an instant.
It was just moments.
And sometimes in those moments,
Daniel was in his room.
You realize just how lucky you are.
But it wasn't luck that saved me, it was God. This is only half of one.
11-year-old Daniel Andrus was inside the living room of his family's home on Scroggins Creek Road when a storm ripped through the area Wednesday morning, tearing off the roof, nearly taking his life.
I was running to get my dad, and my dad was running to get me. And y'all had helped me get out.
To get a few more of them, keep from the wind lifting it.
And the help didn't stop there.
We had a lot of people here helping us.
Family, friends, even strangers arrived by the truckload.
Most of them were friends of mine. Some of them were, and the rest were church friends that God had sent for us to help us.
Forgoing their holiday plans to lend a hand.
It doesn't matter if it's your church family or your family, people you love, you just want to help them, whether it's Christmas days, birthdays, or any day of the week.
A sign that even in the worst of moments,
this board's all cracked up, so we're going to throw it up there.
There's always something to be thankful for.
To turn that day from a day of a sad day to a happy day.
I play it every night in my mind. You know, I don't really need to see it. The screams.
It's a nightmare the Long family has still not been able to wake up from.
It's tough to watch. I thought my son was dead when I picked him up.
Their 6-year-old son nearly taken from them when a driver hit him while he was riding his bicycle.
It's done the most damage to my son, but it's affected all my kids, me, my wife.
6 months later, the scars on little Damien's face have faded.
He's still going to need one more surgery, hopefully just one more.
But the Long family's pain lingers on, knowing they still don't have closure.
I understand that it's in the process, but it's been an awful long process, and we would really like to move on and get past it.
Police reports show the driver was 29-year-old Misty Bailey. After the accident, she released a statement saying, quote, "My brain said to go to the left side of the road, but I heard a thump and a scream on the right side. I turned around in one of those next driveways and came back to the scene." The Clark County prosecutor issued a warrant against Bailey for careless and prohibited driving just last week.
Hopefully my son accepts that, because I don't want him to grow up to be angry. You know, I don't want him to grow up with a hatred in his heart because he looks in the mirror every day at his face.
A long road for a family who just wants to move on.
I'm not going to let this be the most important thing that happens to my son in his life. You know, we want to get it over. We want to go ahead and get through court and move on to better and greater things.
checked looking for names and phone numbers.
It was a Friday morning and business as usual for North Little Rock sanitation worker Dan Giusti.
I was making my rounds, checking the routes.
But something he saw on the corner of 33rd and Gum made him take a second glance. An older man and a group of kids picking up trash in a vacant lot.
And I said, well, these kids, what, you know, are they with you? He said, no. I said, they were just waiting for the bus, seeing me down here doing it, and decided to come down and give me a hand.
We just talk and listen to music. Let's do Justin Timberlake.
12-year-olds Harley Wright and Kendrick Davis were waiting with their friends at the bus stop that morning when the group of North Little Rock middle schoolers felt an urge to lend a hand.
All right, go get another bag. Go get another bag, BB.
We saw this man picking up trash and all this debris, so we wanted to help.
I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the one that seen you guys out here.
Blown away by the random act of kindness, Giusti called the school and told them what he saw.
I was called down to the main office, so I thought I was in trouble, but then he handed me the letter.
The letter, a personalized thank you from the city's mayor to each one of the students.
I was pleased to be able to pat these kids on the back.
It was Caleb, Jalen.
A thank you they never anticipated.
It made me feel special.
Their actions prove that a small act of kindness
I just thought we were doing the right thing to ourselves.
can make a big impact.
Thanks, guys. These kids will prove it to you. They deserve all the respect and everything that they get, they deserve.